everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm doing something really exciting that I've been talking about for a while. I'm gonna be going thrift shopping as well as some antique malls and discount department stores to find sewing material. I'm really looking for fabric material that I can use for sewing, as well as some vintage patterns would be really cool. First stop was an antique mall that had lots of really cool trinkets, old books, and even a few sewing materials. Unfortunately, the vintage patterns I found were not available in adult sizing. I was very tempted to go ahead and buy them, but I decided to pass because we still had another antique mall I wanted to stop at, and fingers crossed they had some sewing patterns. This was all that they had for actual like sewing fabric, but I did find this quilting book for only $10, and I think this could be really fun to do a video on sewing my first quilt. Next stop were a few thrift stores. I went to 2 Goodwills and a Salvation Army, and unfortunately a no-go on all of those. It doesn't really seem worth the price on the material you're getting. Like, they had this curtain set, but it was $24.99, and it's just a plain kind of like linen curtains. So I decided to stop at TJ Maxx and pick up 2 spring bedsheet sets. These are honestly a great deal for some cute fabric. So final stop this morning is one more antique store, and I'm really hoping that I can find some vintage sewing patterns. I wish those ones that I had found were in an adult size. They were so cute though, and I would really love to sew something from a vintage pattern. So we're gonna go into this last antique store and see what I can find. Okay, let me show you everything I picked out today. So first off was the antique store, and I got this Quick Quilts to Make in a Weekend. This book came out in 1996, and I really want to make a quilt very soon. So what we'll do is probably try one of these patterns in an upcoming video and make my first quilt. I wasn't thinking about sewing books when I went into these stores, but then I saw this, I'm like, that would actually be really fun to try a pattern out of a sewing book. So that's the first thing we bought today. Then of course we stopped at TJ Maxx, and I got a few of the bed sheets. I actually already have these in the wash, but I saved the cover so I could show you. I got this really cute blueberry and strawberry one, and then this pink floral. And so far, I can definitely say, after going to thrift stores and antique malls, these are an amazing deal. It's just getting some discounted bed sheets from your local discounted department store, Ross, TJ Maxx, Marshalls. You get so much fabric for, like, this one was $19.99, queen size. It's adorable for spring. And then this one also queen size, 100% cotton. This one was $28, so obviously a little bit more, plus 100% cotton, but still, for the amount of fabric you're getting, these are great deals. Then finally, we have the last antique mall. I found some vintage patterns. I'm really excited to get into these, and hopefully, fingers crossed, all of the patterns are still in here. But how fun. I can't wait to look at these. We will open these after I'm done showing everything and look at all of the patterns that are included in this bundle. They were obviously included in bundles, so it wasn't like a pick and choose what you wanted. You just kind of get what you get. And I did think these patterns on the front looked really fun, and also those ones there. So super excited to see what I have in this bundle. Then I did go ahead and pick up a few fabric items. They're not necessarily the most like cost-effective way to sew, but I thought they were really pretty, and I wanted to try some vintage fabric. So I picked up this red and white little plaid like gingham one. It does have a small hole, but what I'm thinking is I could do maybe like a cute little summer top. For some reason, the cashier took off the labels, but this is a vintage curtain, just a really pretty white lace. And then we have a vintage tablecloth. So really excited to make something with both of these. A final thing I got, not related to sewing, is this cookbook. It's the Best of Country Cooking 1998. I've been really into collecting old vintage, like just classic cookbooks. My mom had a few she gave me. She has a bunch more, but she's going to wait to give me those. And I really love this plaid one. I think my mom actually has a bunch of these. I don't know if she has the 1998 one already, but I really want to collect a bunch of these cookbooks. And yeah, I just randomly saw that and it was only, I think like $7.99. For some reason, she tore off all of the pricing stuff, but I'm pretty sure this was like $7.99. And yeah, so that's everything I got at the stores today. So luckily I did find some fabrics at the actual like thrift antique malls that we'll be able to use today. And then of course, we're also going to make something fun with these bed sheets. So I'm going to wait for these to get out of the wash. Then I'll go ahead and wash these on a gentle, delicate cycle and we'll get to sewing. So first project that I'm going to be trying to make today is something similar to this apron here. And I just think this looks very cute, almost a little bit vintage style. And yeah, that'd be fun to try and make an apron. So let's just go ahead and get started. I think I'm gonna start with the bust torso area as well as the skirt. So let's break out the red gingham. I'm trying to think, do I wanna do, this will need to come like that. Do want to add we'll have the straps in like the little ruffle area. So I think a good starting point will be 14 wide. And then I'm thinking about there. Let's just take it down to my belly button area. So 14 by 14. So I'm going to cut a square to be that shape and then we'll go from there. Actually, one of my lovely followers, Bug Girl, is the one that recommended I make an apron. And I thought, you know what? That is such a great idea. I haven't had an apron in a very, very long time. I think it'd be really fun to just make a new, cute, adorable apron and also one that I made. And when I saw that photo, I was like, what a great way to use the little fruit fabric I got. Yeah, we'll have the straps sewn on the sides here, and then we'll have the tie for the bottom. Okay, so here's what I'm kind of working with on the skirt. So it will come around my sides like that, and then we'll have a little tie. And then the top portion here, and then maybe even do the little, like I said, the little bib thing at the bottom with the fruit fabric. So I just kind of cut a little bit from the top here. And if we make that more of a heart shape on the top, that could be really cute. Something like that. And then we'll have the little straps here, the tie here. I'm just kind of brainstorming here. So if I take this strap from the waist and then have it go all the way around the back like that. Maybe I should try it on. So this will go like that and it will come all the way to the back here. Oh, it's not long enough. Okay, so if I did something like this, the torso quite a bit smaller, like bring it in to here. So yeah, we'll have to cut this portion off here. This is kind of the best alternative I can think of because I feel like if I just do a tie strap, that there'll be too much bunching happening here, and this still connects the edges so you can see that nice contrast. This is what I'm leaning towards. I don't know how this is gonna work, but we're gonna go for it. Cause yeah, that's definitely not gonna be long enough. Or like a little thing, but that could be cute. I'm just gonna cut a few strips and then do the ruffling. I think for the bib portion, I'm gonna try doing a 10 by 10 square. So 15 tall, 16 wide. And just round this bottom edge here. I'm gonna try and create some ruffles, and it's been a while since I've done this. So I'm actually thinking maybe I should double line the bib part. I think that will also make the ruffling look better. I'm going to line up the ruffle all along the edge. The bib together and hope for the best. I'm gonna go ahead and hem the skirt part. Okay, let's see how that looks. That turned out pretty cute. Nice, okay. Something like that. Okay, now I'm working on the strap that goes on the front. Then we will sew on the actual strings, like the ties, at the end here. Okay, I have my belt tie here. I'm gonna go ahead and iron it out. And we'll line this up here. Okay, here's what I'm working with so far. So I'm thinking I definitely need to bring the gingham portion in, maybe like another inch or 2 inches. And then we have a little strap. I need to do the end of the ties still and the top portion. So I'm lining my halter strap along the edge of my torso piece, and I'm just gonna sew along the edge, and then we'll kind of flip it out, and hopefully it creates a cute strap. Okay, I got one side down. It is a little funky right here, but I think once I do the top stitch along the edge, that will be fine. But I hope that's gonna be pretty cute. Okay, so here's what I have so far. The top portion is fitting a little bit big. Of course, I haven't actually sewn it on yet, but this is gonna have to come in probably like that much, because once it's sewn at the very top, it's going to flip up. And so it'll probably be roughly there. Just kind of tuck that in. And then you can see here, there's a lot of extra fabric on the top portion. So what I'm kind of thinking is maybe I should flip the straps in and then just do a top stitch there, which will also help make this look better as well. So maybe I do that. Let's kind of see how that would look. Something like that. And it's an apron, so it's not like it has to fit snug or perfectly. So I'm thinking I might do that. I may even bring in the strap a little bit in the back, and then maybe that will help. So this, where this current seam is on the belt, and then I'll flip it all up, and then we'll top stitch the belt. So when that flips up, it should hopefully be pretty much right on the seam. Then I can just top stitch. Don't know until we try. So I'm gonna go ahead and sew that on. I was just on a roll and had already forgot that I was gonna fold in the straps to take out some of the fabric here. So I'm gonna go ahead and seam rip this, do that, and then we'll sew it back on. And then what I may do is, well, we'll see how it looks before I tackle the halter straps. For having no pattern or tutorial, I am so happy with how this apron turned out. I think it's absolutely adorable and perfect for spring. So that's one sewing project, repurposing bed sheets. So I'll see you tomorrow for our next sewing project. So for this project, I'm gonna be using the vintage tablecloth I got from the Second Antique Mall. And I am making Tammy Handmade's Scalloped Cami. This is actually a free pattern that you can find on her website as well as YouTube. Using this white cotton fabric I got from Hobby Lobby for the interfacing. So after I was finished cutting out all of my pattern pieces, I started questioning if the tablecloth fabric was a good choice for this top. I don't know if it's the fabric blend of it, maybe a little bit of user error, but I really struggled with this fabric. The pieces did not cut out correctly, it wasn't even ironing that well, and unfortunately, the final result did not turn out that great, and of course you will see it once I try it on, but I had a lot of mess ups. I actually ended up having to go back in and completely cut the neckline and make it a straight neckline instead of the original scalloped from the pattern. So I'm very sad this didn't turn out that great, but of course I'm going to share with you all the ups and the downs of my sewing journey. I did really like this pattern. It even has the little notches to add your ties, which something that I did differently is a bow tie strap instead of the just full spaghetti strap. So I think the pattern was great and I want to try it with a different fabric, but I just think this fabric material wasn't a good fit for the pattern. I tried to save this by folding down the top and making it a straight neckline, and I kind of feel like it looks like maybe I just wrapped a tablecloth around my body. I do think it's still kind of cute, but did not turn out the best. So this was me repurposing a vintage tablecloth into a top. I did want to show you something I bought today. I got a serger. I'm so excited to try this out. It was actually $70 cheaper at Walmart than it is on Amazon. So I splurged and went ahead and got one, and I can't wait to try it out with you all. We'll probably do something with this in my next video. So stay tuned on me trying a serger for the first time. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in my next one very soon. Bye.